Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So today guys, I'm gonna hit it off old school. I'm gonna give you guys a plan for your shallow bag exit. And I don't know if you guys know what a shallow bag is. It's a shallow bag of XRP. This from Mr. B XRP. That's at XRP Mr. on Twitter. He posted this a few days ago, and I wanted to get around to this and wanted to give you guys an example using math to show you how you can profit from a shallow bag of XRP. So Mr. B says, people ask me all the time, what is a shallow bag? So I think it's worth a revisit for the new peeps. Having a small shallow bag can allow me to sell at new all-time highs, or even less to see some profits and reset my patience meter while still holding the majority longer term. He's talking about XRP, folks. I know a lot of you have been in the space for a while, maybe have been accumulating for a while, and maybe have put in so much money into XRP that you don't even know really where you're at. You have all this XRP, you've thrown in all this money. The first thing you need to know is your cost average price. But first, before we get into that, I want to read some of these responses from Mr. B. So it's funny the mental games we have to play with ourselves to stay patient and look at the bigger picture. Great strategy. That from Crypto Capital. Mr. B says, control your brain, control your life. XRP Militant says it's all psychology. Bull Run Wonka, I like it. So this is a psychological mechanism for Mr. B XRP and potentially some other people in order to stay sane during this crypto lull, I want to call it, okay? Because we're in a bit of a bull run, but essentially we're in a crypto lull at the moment. Okay, we saw XRP prices come down from all-time highs in 2018 and then kind of stay, fairly stagnant in 2019. We've seen Bitcoin go up and XRP has kind of, followed along with some minor rallies. We saw one back in June. It went up to 50 cents, then came all the way back down, crashing as low as 22 cents, now hovering, somewhere in the 27, 28, 29, 30, wherever it is at this moment in time. But this is the point, guys. Despite the large bag of XRP you have, you can still make profits with a shallow bag, and I'm going to show you how right now. By the way, I think this is a great strategy for some people to kind of feel like, hey, look, I've made some profits while I'm waiting for the big gain. I personally also have a shallow bag of XRP. I don't call it a shallow bag. Well, maybe now I will. So just wanted to thank Mr. B XRP on Twitter for this. Gave me some inspiration to show you guys, a potential plan for you. And of course, guys, I'm not a financial advisor and everybody's situation is different. Mr. B, for example, is looking to just catch something like, 5 to 10%. And that's cool. Some people might want a little more, but that's the risk you run when holding longer in this spec market when, there's always just a big looming question mark overhead. So all we can do is plan, have a goal set out, and execute. So let me give you guys an example. So selling shallow bags of XRP in the meantime. So I'm going to assume, for the sake of argument, that let's talk about your deep bag first. Let's say you have 50,000 XRP. And just to make the math easy, okay, let me bring up the XRP chart. It's back to 2018, and you saw prices crash for XRP, and maybe you started buying XRP around here, okay? January, February 2018, then you bought a little more around here, a little more around here, a little more around here, and a little more around here. And so I just picked these spots randomly because I know, when we see the market move down, a lot of us were cost averaging down in 2018, and then we saw the market move up, and maybe we got a little trigger happy and bought some more XRP up here at a bit of a premium. Then we couldn't afford more, waited a little longer, bought some more XRP down here. So I'm just giving you guys for instance, just to give you guys a potential cost average down price. So let's say you have 50,000 XRP and you bought 10,000 at $1.09. So all the way up here, you bought another 10,000 at 63 cents, which is roughly around here. You bought another 10,000 at 48 cents, which is down here. You bought another 10,000 at 90 cents, okay, which is all the way up here. And then you bought your final 10,000 at 27 cents, a really good price for XRP, which is down around here. Now, this is the money you spent on XRP through these bearish months. And so what you've spent at this point, and guys, everybody's different, of course. This is just a for instance, you spent $33,700 on XRP at the moment. I know that sounds like a lot of money, but some people are in it for more than that. Some people obviously less than that. I'm just giving you guys a for instance just for this math example. So first thing you got to know is what your cost average price is. So guys, if you haven't been paying attention to this, go back to your trades and look at how much money you have put in at certain price points, and you can calculate this after the fact. You can do this now so long as you have all the transactions listed and the prices at which you paid and the amount of money you put in. Okay, your exchange should have all that information, and if you just go back into your history, you should be able to figure this out. So you've accumulated 50,000 XRP, you've put in $33,700. So if you divide 50,000 divided by 33.7, that gives you an average XRP price of 0.6074. So 0.674 cents per XRP. That is your break-even number. And so sorry guys, I'm looking back at this video and I'm realizing I did it wrong. It should be actually 33,700 divided by 50,000 XRP, not the other way around. So that just is a correction, and it brings you to 0.674 cents as the cost average price. Okay, so long as XRP goes up to 67.4, you are at even Steven at zero. If it goes above 67.4, you're into profit. If it's below 67.4, you're in the hole. So guys, let's call this your long bag. Let's call this your very, very long-term into the future bag. You have 50,000 XRP, but you want to make money now. You want to make profit today, or rather within the next couple of weeks. Guys, we know swell is coming up, and we know historically swell has created chart patterns similar to this. Now guys, this is swell from 2018, okay? XRP was trading down around here, 27 cents, and then the 4 days leading up to swell, we saw an XRP price go up to almost 78 cents, okay? At least on this exchange here. This is from Poloniex, okay? So historically, it's FOMO. It's psychological. Traders will buy up XRP cheap, pushing the price up, and swell, I think, didn't even start until the beginning of October. So the price was trading quite high leading up to swell 2018. And then, of course, guys, it's all just spec trading. So, of course, the price just comes right back down. But you can capitalize on this by buying a shallow bag today. Or if you've already bought a shallow bag, remembering what that cost price is. So, I'm going to call it 30 cents, okay? XRP is hovering around, 27, 28, 29, 30, roughly in that mark. I'm just going to call it 30 cents, just for the sake of argument, just to make the math simple. 30 cents is a good, solid, strong support level for XRP. So if you can get it at 30 or below 30, even better. I'm going to use 30 for the example, and I'm just going to show you if you keep this away from this and don't include this into your cost average of your long bag up here, you can keep this shallow bag and make profits from this shallow bag in the short term. As Mr. B XRP says, to maintain your sanity, to see some profits in the meantime, to keep you psychologically sound. Okay, so let's say you have another $2,000 you want to put into XRP, and you bought at 30 cents. That'll give you 6,666 XRP. Now, what are your price targets? Now, Mr. B XRP, he says he's looking for 5-10%. And, depending on how much money you're putting in, obviously everybody's going to be different. If you don't have a lot of money, obviously don't overextend yourself. But 5 to 10%, I think, is a very, very achievable goal. Some people will look at, 30%, some people 50%, some people want 300%, like XRP went up before the last swell conference. Well, let's just keep it realistic. Let's maintain our sanity, folks. And I'm just going to show you some price points that are realistic. Okay, and of course, the more money you put into this, the more you stand to make. Now, I'm using $2,000 for this example, but if you put in $100,000, making 10% on your money is a quick 10 grand. Obviously, not everybody has $100,000 to put in, so I'm going to base this in, I'm sure, most of your reality. Let's call it $2,000. Buying XRP at 30 cents, keeping this bag separate from your long bag, so it's not part of this bag over here. Okay, this is your long bag, this is your quick bag. And what could we stand to make with our 6,666 XRP? Well, let's say it goes to 40 cents. That's fairly achievable, right? Okay, that would be an increase of 33.3%, which would make your total take home $2,666, including the $2,000 that you put in. So you have about $666 profit if it gained 33.3%. Now that's XRP going from 30 cents just to 40 cents. That's just a 10-cent increase. And we've seen that happen, right? Back in June when XRP went up here, or this is May, right? And then we saw XRP go from, what was it, 29 cents all the way up to 55 cents on the Poloniex exchange. I know on other exchanges it was 50 cents. Depends where you guys are trading, but hitting that 40, 45, 48 cent mark wasn't unrealistic for the month of June. So if we put 40 cents here, that's 33%, $666. Not a bad return. But what if it does go to 55 cents, okay? If it goes to 55 cents, that's an increase of 83.3%, garnering you a take home of $3,666, okay? So that is $1,666 profit on top of the initial $2,000 investment that you put in. Not bad, right? Not bad for a shallow bag. Well, in the last swell, we saw XRP go up to 78 cents, okay? Let's go back here. This was swell 2018. XRP was trading, guys, in the level that it has been trading for the last little while, 26, 27, 28 cents approximately. Okay, these were the days leading up to swell. And what did it go up to? It went up to 78 cents, so almost 300%. Well, even if I take the numbers here, and let's say it goes to 75 cents only, okay, and we bought at 30 cents, which is a little higher. Okay, guys, that is an increase of 150%, okay? And if we cashed out at 75 cents, we would now have a total of $5,000. That's right, guys, an increase of $3,000 on your initial $2,000 investment, giving you 150% return. Guys, this is the magic of shallow bags. Do not lump it all into your big, massive XRP bag that you have been accumulating over time. Keep it separate. Okay, when you're ready to trade it, throw it on the exchange, keep it on there for a few days. I don't normally advise that because, having your crypto on an exchange isn't the safest bet. But, if you're looking to trade it quickly, you're going to have to put it on the exchange and trade it at the appropriate time. Anyways, here's an example of a shallow bag cash out plan, but I want to hear what your plans are. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.